let's go back here. Let's take a look at Division 2 because Fabiano is playing right now against Yuri Kuzubov. Fabiano in a must-win situation, by the way. He lost the first game in Division 2, so he has to win. Dennis, though, is the clear surprise. He is, yes. He is the clear surprise. Alireza has not won any events. Nope. There have only been 3 winners. You have Magnus Carlsen, who I believe has won 2 or 3 events. He's won 2 or 3 events. You have Hikaru, who won 1 event. Noterbeck, who won 1 event. Yeah, that's correct, actually, because... Yeah, that's correct. So, Alireza probably... I think Alireza is safely in the top 8. Is Dennis cheating? I don't believe so. I don't know. That's on chess.com. Like, I mean, I'm not going to comment on those things. Chess.com will do their analysis. They will determine those things. Fedoseev cannot take Dennis's spot because Dennis the Menace has 155. Fedoseev, if he wins, only gets 50 points, which takes him to 148. So Dennis the Menace is definitely in the top 8. It's really a question of 8/7. It's really only a question of 1 spot here. That's what it is. We would never comment on such a thing. Yeah. Dennis also got points. You're right. Dennis was also in Division 1, even if he lost just like I did. He got points as well, so he's guaranteed to be safe as well. That is a very good point. Yeah, no, that's true. Very good point. So Fabiano's game's still going. Fabiano's game is still in play. So get Rook C2 played here. Not the best move apparently for, I guess, Knight D4, Knight C6 or something, but the show does go on. The show will go on here for quite a while. So, all right. I don't know when the next match is going to start between Maxime and Nepo, but it should be fairly soon. Can MVL even get there then if Fedoseev wins Division 2? MVL can win the event. So if Fedoseev wins Division 2, the only way Maxime qualifies is by winning this whole event. So he's gonna have to win a bunch of games today and beat Magnus twice tomorrow. A very very difficult task. So like if you're Maxime, you're rooting for Artemiev to beat Fedoseev today, because if Fedoseev in game 4 is able to survive, Fedoseev doesn't lose this game, then I think it's almost impossible for Maxime to qualify. Actually, it's just impossible flat out, because even if he gets 30 is 128, right? Wait, let me go back. So if let's say Fedoseev finishes in second, he's guaranteed 30. That's 128. 30 plus 100 is 130. So actually, yeah, MVL can still make it in by loop if he finishes in second place if Fedoseev does not win Division 2. So it really comes down to this Division 2 game. Very critical. If Fedoseev wins this game and wins this match, I mean, there's a very good chance he's going to go on to or he doesn't lose this game and he wins this match. There's a very good chance that he is going to qualify for the grand finals unless Maxime wins everything. So very there's actually a lot of drama here, surprisingly. Okay, so let's go back. What else do we have? Fabiano, we've got 3 games. Thank you, Darks, for the host with 23. Thank you so much to Mr. Darks. Appreciate it. Thank you for the host. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you so much. So yeah, all right. So in the meantime, let's keep going. I don't think the players are at the board yet. They're actually doing an interview. I don't know if I want to listen in. Let's listen to the interview. Okay, let's listen to the interview because Anish is talking. Actually, let's put this up here. Let me change the scene. I have the tab muted, of course. Unmute tab.
The upcoming interviews with me, you always got that AI if you need. So
exactly. I'll just use that, Anish.
Just use that, please. After okay, thank you.
We're leaving you of media duties.
But I'm still getting the pay, right? My media fee still.
Of course.
That's the usual.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's fine. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Media fee, what?
Good deal. Very nice, Anish. Thank you for joining us. That's it. Anish Giri is knocked out of the AI Cup, but it continues, you guys. We still have the losers final. It's starting.
Okay. Enough. Yeah. Okay. Enough. Okay. Let's go back. There we go. All right. Yeah, that was wild. Wild. All right. Okay, so let me put the music back on, of course, and let's keep going. Yeah, I don't know what the media feed. There was some inside joke that I missed at the end, but yeah. Okay, so next match is gonna be starting in a second, but we'll take a look at the other two matches right now. Fabiano is in real trouble. He's probably gonna be eliminated from Division 2. He's playing against Yuri Kuzubov here. Actually, if you're Maxime Vachier-Lagrave here, you're really unhappy about this turn of events too, because like you really want Fabiano to win this, because Fabiano is a player who could come back and beat Fedoseev 2 times in a row. Like Fedoseev could lose twice to Fabiano, but if Fabiano loses here, that means it's Kuzubov versus Artemiev, and Fedoseev's chances are going to go up by a lot here, a lot. Kuzubov, a very well-known Ukrainian player, obviously doesn't play that much anymore. He's a very talented junior, probably about like 10-12 years ago, maybe more now. I mean, I don't know, but he is from Ukraine. Like, I mean, you always have to, you know, when we're talking about Ukrainians, you got to cut them some slack. Fabiano is qualified for Toronto, even though he didn't win an event, because he has a lot of points. He's played every single event online, so he's racked up more points even than I have, despite the fact that I won a tournament, for example. So yeah, Fabiano is qualified already. So okay, let's take a look at the games. Okay, it's not looking great for Artemiev, way down on clock here. Knight g4 is a strong move, because knight e4, there's queen h4, and then h3, knight e3, and black is going to win some material. This looks great. Actually, this looks great for Fedo. Is Fabi going to be tired of playing so much? Sure, but he's already qualified for the candidates, which is all that matters. You get knight d5, knight e4. Fedoseev kind of makes a little bit of a hash out of this, because now he's got problems on his long diagonal. I'm not so sure this was very smart from Fedoseev. I think now I'm a little bit worried. I think that Artemiev is going to get winning chances in this game. In the other game, Fabiano's still in trouble after knight d4. If rook d2 is the best move here, then I think Fabi's going to lose. I'm not qualified for the candidates, no. But all right, the players are sitting down. I don't know if they're going to start, but they should be starting pretty soon, I think. Let's see. Or they're interviewing Nepo right now or something, it looks like. So yeah, let him cook, let him cook. Exactly. Okay, the players are seated, so let's turn the cams back on, and here we go. They should be starting soon. Waiting for the game. I don't see the game has not popped up yet. There it is. There's the game. All right, so what else is new? Of course, as always, we get another Petrov from Jan Nepomuchy with the black pieces. Of course, those of you guys who watch this famous streamer Hikaru, he's played this knight e3 knight f4 system a bunch of times in recent memory. He played it against, I think, Lenier Dominguez and a few other players in recent events. Let me refresh. But yeah, another classic queenless middle game here. Nepo has no rest. Apparently they're in a rush to start the games fast. Why is there no sound? Okay, there we go. Yeah, Hikaru's played this queenless middle game a lot. This knight d3 knight f4. Magnus played it against Fabiano in the World Championship in 2018, and it did not work out very well. Yeah, so all right, so we have a couple other games going. Fabiano's game is getting progressively worse by the minute, it looks like. Fedoseev is still in this game. Hard to judge what's going to happen, but let's go back to Maxime's game. Everyone's played the Petrov. The opening should be banned. Petrov should be banned. The Berlin should be banned. They're just very bad openings, and until we ban those openings, chess is eventually going to keep trending towards a draw. Come è andata la tua giornata? It's going well, thank you for asking. Who is Magnus Carlsen? I love when you refer to yourself in third person. I do it sometimes. It's funny when I do it, people get very angry. Like on YouTube, when I've done it a few times as a joke, they're like, Hikaru is referring to himself in third person. It's a very bad look. He looks like really arrogant. There's something wrong with him. So it's kind of funny when I see the comments, because like it's obviously a joke, and it's like there are a lot of people like, it's third person. That's just a bad look. It doesn't look good for Hikaru to do that. So yeah. Anyway, okay, very standard position. White wants to go g4 h4, take some space on the king side here. Objectively, it's nothing at all for white, but the game will go on forever. I know I'm not hearing any sound. Let me refresh the board. Get knight a3, idea to play knight b5. So it's funny how the move popped up right away. c6 cuts off any jumps for the knight, so white eventually is going to reroute the knight to c2 and e3. Yeah, so you do read comments time to time. I do indeed I read comments. Yeah, of course I read comments. What is your take on Magus calling Nepo a genius of his generation? Nepo is what year? What year was Nepo born? I don't know what year Nepo was born in, so it's hard for me to judge what that means. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means. So, yeah. Thanks so much to Creamsicles for subscribing. Thanks so much to Creamsicles. Appreciate it. Thank you for the resub. Okay, we get Bishop F5. I think the idea is to go 91. Like white probably wants something like this, like G4 and then like H4 and something like 96, knight G2, something like this is, or even knight to D3 maybe. I think this is what we're gonna get here. I think we're gonna get 91 and then ideas like G4, knight ED3. Do you vote? Yeah, 1990 is a year that a lot of good players were born though, right? Yeah, Jan was born 1990 if you trust Soviet documentation. I actually do trust it. Although 1990 was when everything was collapsing, so I guess theoretically it's possible it could be different, but I don't know why anyone would even think that. So yeah. So let's see. Okay, MVL thinking not a good sign here, by the way. Goes knight d3, an unusual move, because I feel like now after 96 you lose the f4 square. I mean, maybe the idea is to go here and then h4 and then g3 and something like really dank like knight g2 and then put a knight back on f4. But we're very deep in the maneuvering phase of the game here, very, very deep. We get bishop g5 instead, not a move I was expecting. I think black just goes knight e6, and even though black has the double pawns, you have the two bishops. I don't like bishop g5 at all. It doesn't look like the right move at all. Just looks wrong. When is mastership? Much later on, you guys, much later on. Much later on. Let's take a look at the other games while we're at it. Oh, Fedoseev has blundered apparently. Oh my gosh, Fedoseev is going to lose to AA battery. Oh, so Maxime and Nepo are both back in business because Fedoseev, Maxime specifically, is back in business because Fedoseev just blundered bigly. Fedoseev is going to lose this game, so we're gonna have an Armageddon in Division 2. That's a huge blunder from Fedoseev. So now it's very unclear, and Fabiano is still not gonna win. He's still probably gonna lose after knight d4 at some point. He's down a pawn. He's down 2 pawns here. Almost no chance for Fabiano, so he's going to be eliminated in I think 4th place. Nepo's game, what do we get? We got knight d7, knight e3, probably like bishop h7. Could also take and go knight e6 maybe, but okay, we get this. Okay, now Maxime has gotten exactly what he wants because now he's going to get the favorable trade on f4, and black's going to have the slightly weak pawn on h5. Andrew g4, Andrew rook g1. I'm starting to like Maxime's position here because his knight on d8 is very, very poorly placed in this position. Thanks so much to Hikaru's Pineapple for subscribing. Thanks so much to Hikaru's Pineapple. Appreciate it. Thank you. Get king e7. I'm sure we're going to get the trade knight f4. I'd be shocked if we get anything else. What else do we have? Wait, was that a slip? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What do you think of monetizing your cooking out? So Artemiev wins, so that's 2-2 Armageddon. Fabiano desperately trying to do something here. It's not happening. Let's go back to Maxime's game. Still waiting for a move. So let's leave it. Let me go back and wait for the Armageddon game there. Let's leave it on Fabiano's game for a second. Well, I consider playing as a top icon board player in next edition of the Global Chess League. I mean, if the price is right, then yes. If the price is wrong, as Happy Gilmore. What? Knight f5? Fabiano? What are you doing? Fabiano, come on, knight f5. It's a fossil. Fabiano doesn't know what a fossil is? Wait, knight f5 is just a fossil. You resign the game. And Fabiano is eliminated from the match. 2-0. GG, why not? Okay, let's go back to Maxime's game. Okay, so Fabiano eliminated in 4th place in Division 2. So Kuzubov is through to play the winner of the other match. Is Fabiano even a GM? Very funny. To be fair, he was not going to win the game anyway, so it's not that big of a deal, but still a little bit shocking to see. Probably G3 here. You want to open up the H file and attack him this way. First half of the year was very good for Fabi. I think Fabi's actually having the same problems I'm having to some degree. I think Fabiano's probably burned out. He's played too much chess. He did do well in the World Cup, to be fair, which makes up for everything else, even if he does horribly for the rest of the year. But I feel like Fabiano's starting to become the same as me, where he's played so much chess and he's just burning out. And I think it's legitimately a serious thing for a lot of players right now, is that everybody's playing too many tournaments all the time to try and maximize on the financial earnings. And I think a lot of people are starting to, like, in various events, their quality of play is just dipping tremendously. Yeah, no, I mean, I think Fabiano's just playing too much chess. I think Wesley's played way too much chess in particular. And I think everyone's just like tired and just like, it's just like, it's very, very hard. You can't keep playing every event over and over and over again. It's just not possible. But Fabiano qualified for the candidate, so it's all good. I mean, that's all that mattered. Did I watch the Miami Dolphins score 70 last week? No, I did not. Or I did not watch the game. No. Yeah, less turns but higher payout is the way. Probably correct. But right now, since there's really no agreement between any of the groups that are big in chess, it's basically just stacking tournaments on top of each other. I think Magnus is burned out too, but as I've said a few times, Magnus, even if he's not playing his best, when he dips, when he's off, he's still probably, the best way of putting it, I would say when Magnus dips, he's still like 85%. When other people dip, I feel like they go from 100% to like 60%. Like that's the difference. I feel like Magnus dips like 15% and everybody else dips like 30 or 40%, and so their play is just that much worse. I ultimately think that's what it is. I think Magnus is tired too, but the quality of his play doesn't dip anywhere near as much as everybody else. That's what I think it is ultimately. Why is everyone tired? Because you're playing too many. You're playing a tournament like every week these days. Literally everybody's playing. So you're saying is I don't have a chance to beat any of them? Probably, yeah. But that's my general read. Is I think the fact is that even though Magnus, I'm sure, is tired as well, the quality of his play is so much higher even if he's tired. Whereas I feel like most other people, the quality just goes off the cliff. Like Wesley So is a great example. If you look at Wesley So's recent events, he's been playing horribly. Like you look at this Levidov event, his brain was just not there at all. He played absolutely horrible chess. I don't know if he finished well because I didn't follow the blitz portion, but in the rapid portion he was just like so bad. And that's the thing, like it's just people just like they just end up playing really, really badly when you're tired. That's what it is. And I think it applies to everybody. It applies to me, it applies to Fabiano, Wesley, everyone's tired. It's just that Magnus is even though he dips, it's still much higher. His consistency is much higher than anybody else. What even was this Levetov Cup? I don't know what it was. It was a tournament organized by Ilya Levetov, who used to be the president of the Russian Chess Federation. It seemed like an event that was very dominated by Russian players, which I don't know if that's a good thing necessarily, but yeah. Back to the game. Nepo has a problem with this f5 square. This is his big problem. These pawns a little bit weak on g5 and h3 too. Nepo is not happy. You saw him shake his head. He's got weaknesses with the pawns. There's knight f5 coming. No real counterplay. You can't really strike at the center without weakening your d5 pawn. And I think Nepo's probably going to lose this game. I think Maxim's going to win this game if you were to ask me. Let's see if we have the Armageddon game yet. We don't have the Armageddon game. It doesn't look like. Yeah, we don't have the Armageddon game in Division 2 yet, so we'll keep an eye on that. Hikaru, to better emphasize your point, doesn't Magnus also play less than most other players, especially online? Probably why he's at slight edge in terms of not being so burnout. Maybe, but even so, he's just on average better. But I think what I would say is yes, I think for sure Magnus is playing a little bit less. For example, if you look at the Grand Chess Tour, Fabiano and Wesley and all of them were playing every event. Magnus I think only played one event in Poland. He might have played in Croatia too, but he played very, very minimal events even there. So it is true that he is playing less. It's just he's still playing a lot even by his own averages. I hate this move. Can't you just trade and go knight f5 and knight d3 and then rook e1? I love White's position here. I expect Maxime to win this game. MVL in top form. You see, it's funny with MVL because everyone's just looking at what he's done the last month, but he also played horribly in the World Cup, so it's very tricky. to judge. Like MVL's played well. He played well in the SEC. He's playing well in the CCT, but like he just got absolutely steamrolled by Sindarov in the World Cup. His first match, he just got blown off the board and was gone, and with it, most of his chance for qualifying for the candidates, you know, went out the window too. So it's very, very hard to judge. But he is playing better than I feel like he's played in a long time, and it's always good to see MVL playing well, because as I said yesterday, I feel like in terms of the pandemic, MVL is the player who lost the most, because the Canada's tournament had not been postponed because of COVID. He probably would have won that event, I think. So I don't know why MVL didn't just trade and go knight f5. I mean, maybe it figures rook on h8 is better than h7 or something dank, but yeah. Got bishop g8, knight d3 probably. I mean, I'm very worried about this pawn on h3 long term. Very, very worried. And D's knights in the middle of the board are really, really well placed. Is there any current player you've not played but want to? Not really. I've played all of them pretty much. I mean, Nepo's gonna go for some weird knight g7, I think, but it just looks so bad after rook e1. There's incoming kebabs everywhere, and this looks so bad for black. MVL's classical chess has not been the best lately, but I believe he can do a comeback like you after your loss of rating. Maybe. I mean, the two players who have been struggling a lot in classical chess are Maxime and Wesley. Both of them have sort of gone on this downward tilt. They're right. I think they're both 31 or 32. They're the exact same age I was when I had my big dip in the year and a half or so prior to the pandemic. How old is he? Yeah, Maxime is 32. Yeah, Maxime is yes, exactly. And yeah, Wesley is 29. He's about to turn 30. But yeah, Maxime and Wesley are in that same age range where like I had my big dip too. Like it was 2018 throughout 2019. I just kind of like I started falling apart in classical tournaments nonstop. In 2019 I would have been 31 turning 32. Maxime is 32. I mean, there is something I think to be said about that age range and it being very difficult to recover. Dubov's always been good, but he's never been consistent, so his rating has always hovered around 2700, but it's never gone much above that. Even Magnus has dipped so much in rating compared to 2019. Also true. Yeah, probably rook e1 should be played here. Prag's been gaining points. Yeah, he's been playing a lot of league events and things like that. He's on fire. I mean, both he and Gukesh have a great future ahead of them. What do I need to do to qualify? There are two things. Either I need to keep my rating where it's at after the next two tournaments, or I need to finish in the top two in the Grand Swiss and Isle of Man. I'm playing Qatar Masters and the Grand Swiss. Grand Swiss, if I finish top two, I qualify for the candidates. If I keep my rating where it's at after those two events, I can qualify by rating. Two easy ways to qualify. Ooh, I don't like this move from MVL. I mean, f6 cuts off the jump. I mean, maybe there's a4, a5, and knight c5, but I'm not a huge fan of this move. I'm not a huge fan of bishop takes knight here. I mean, maybe there's a4, a5, and knight c5, because like if b6, a5, you try to open up the a file, or you get a bastion. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't like this decision from MVL. He goes check. Gonna go a4 or rook e1, I assume. Problem is a rook e1, I think there's just b6, knight a6, bishop e6, and you have no entry. No, he's misplayed this. Yeah, I think that there's a very good chance that Nepo's going to survive this game now. Very, very good chance. Alirez has defined his summer tournament for some Elo. He's playing, I believe, in the Sinkfield Cup in St. Louis, Missouri, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that kid got 500. Yes, you guys. I think Alirez is playing Sinkfield Cup in December. I am not playing that tournament, obviously, but we'll see. What do you think about the commentary without the evil bar? On the one hand, it's good. On the one hand, it's bad. It's good. It's good and it's bad. It's good from the standpoint that it keeps people who don't really understand chess in the loop of what's going on. It's bad because then it makes all the players look like complete morons. So So anyway, get rook h7, which is a big mistake apparently. I don't know why. Apparently a4 is just outright winning here. I don't understand why. b6, knight d3, and I guess if you get a5 you start to open up the queen side. By the way, this is a position that Magnus Carlsen would love to have with the white pieces. Magnus would love to have this position with the white. Why does it keep replaying the game? Magnus would love to have this position with a4 a5. Let's go back to division 3. We still don't have a match, I don't think. Let me refresh. Yeah, we still don't have the Armageddon between Artemiev and Fedoseev. I think they're postponing this match until the end of this game, probably. Yeah, a4 is a tough move to play, but it is a good move. It's a very good move if Maxime can find it. I'm not sure if he can. Let's see if he can find h4 or not. It's a very, very tricky moment in the game for both players, though. Very, very tricky moment. Plays rook e2, which is still decent to go rook e1, but after b6 knight d3 I think there's going to be like bishop e6 here, rook e1 king d7. I think, yeah, I think that he's going to hold it now. I think after bishop e6 and king d7 I expect that Nepo's going to hold the draw. Song name before this name, I don't know. Do I have a better idea for a tiebreaker format other than Armageddon? I don't know if there is a better one, but I think you should have X number of games. I actually am not a fan of the Armageddon format in this event, specifically in the Chess Champions Tour. I think playing 4 games and then just having 1 game to decide it all is just wrong, just flat out wrong. Like, I mean, I guess there are time constraints or issues like that, but I would think more games, more time is actually better in general. So I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, Nepo using his time here. Do grandmasters listen to music? I don't think you're allowed to. Well, if you mean over the board, you're not allowed to, depending blitzer or rapid or whatever. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. It just varies. Get a4 here. Okay, now Maxime sees the idea of a4 a5 to open up the queen side. This is a very tough position for Nepo to play, by the way. I mean, Nepo is a player who loves a Petrov, but I feel like his positional skills at times are lacking, and I feel like a lot of these ending games, like yesterday, 2 days ago against Magnus, and now today against Maxime. b4, by the way, very strong. I think b4 might be winning here. Your queen side is in real trouble here. Like, takes a5 even looks very scary because now there's knight c5. I mean, with these knights, white should be winning here. I think b4 and Maxime will win the game. You also can't go rook a8 to keep the structure intact here, because then you lose the pawn and you get forked. So I think after b4 Maxime is going to win the game. If Maxime plays b4 and he does play it, yeah, I think after b4 Nepo is going to lose this game. I think there's a very high chance. A very high chance I think that Nepo loses now. A very high chance. Like a b4, I mean, there's knight b4, there's also a5. So many different moves that are good for white here. Probably not pawn takes, because then there's knight e6 and your structure's in trouble. So black is worse. Black is much worse. You're surprised black isn't worse? Black is in trouble here. It's just a question. It's not completely lost yet, but this is very scary. Okay, we have the Armageddon too between Fedoseev and Artemiev. Artemiev has the white pieces, by the way, in the Armageddon game. Looks like Fedoseev bid right under 10 minutes. 9:45 was the bid in the Armageddon game as well. But we'll get back to this game. Yeah, knight b4 looks pretty good here. Just not c b4, because after knight e6, then you have problems. So yeah, Maxime takes with the knight. a5, very serious threat. You can't go rook a8 because then you lose the pawn at f6. So I think yeah, I think it's very dangerous. Nepo is not guaranteed either. The loser of this match will not qualify for the grand finals in Toronto at the beginning of December. Yeah, whoever loses this match will not qualify for the grand final in Toronto with the big cash. because the big event in Toronto is a grand prize of 200,000 bananas, so $200,000 up top for the grand final in Toronto at the start of December. So whoever loses this match will not be competing there. Alireza is in the top 8. Yes, he is. Yeah, this is not for the candidates. This is the Chess Champions Tour. This is the final will be held in Toronto in the great country of Canada. Soon to be America, obviously, because we're going to annex Canada at some point. I mean, you know it's going to happen. But for right now, at least it's its own country. But sooner or later, yeah. So they're holding it in Toronto, and yeah, it should be fun. 200k USD, not Canadian, USD. 200 Canadian dollars, such trash these days. Pure toilet paper, by the way. I mean, I remember when I was actually spending a lot of time in Canada in 2008, it was 1-to-1. So 1 Canadian dollar equals 1 US dollar. Now it's like 60 cents or something. It's literally gone down by 40%. So tell Canada's going to the dogs with surfer boy Justin at the helm. Anyway, let's see what we get here from Maxime. Probably D takes C5, maybe knight D3 next to move. Actually, computer wants knight A6, which is interesting. I guess it's because you have rook B1 and it's A5, rook B6 probably, which is winning. Let's see what we get. What is Maxim going to play here? I think he's going to trade and go knight D3 or knight A6. Even this looks very, very attractive. Although I guess knight A6 is better, because after knight A6 you still have rook B1, and the knight kind of blunts the squares here. So let's see. It's not 0.6. It's wait, it's like 0.7. It might be 0.73 or something. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, not good. Yeah, not good. 0.74. okay, terrible. Let me refresh. Okay, do we get more moves? Takes a knight D3. Still very, very good. I mean, the pawns are just too loose, the king is too open. Maxime's gonna win a very nice game here. Very, very nice win for Maxime in game 1. All that cheap maple syrup. Exactly, yeah. Trudeau couldn't even keep straight who were the allies during World War II. That's hilarious. I mean, it was obviously the United States of America, it was Canada, it was the United Kingdom, of course it was Charles de Gaulle, and France. Those were the 4 big ones. And of course you have Russia, obviously, or Soviet Union, of course. I don't know if they were considered one of the allies, or like somewhere in between, because like they weren't really a big part of it until Hitler invaded. They were pretty agnostic until Hitler invaded Russia. Yeah. Get rook A2 here. Not the best move apparently, because bishop E6, and there's still some hope, but nonetheless I think this is going to be very bad. Anyway, waiting for the next move from Nepo. Bishop E6 probably. France surrendered. Well, no, there was you're talking about what the fake Vichy regime, right? Like the puppet government. Is that what you're referring to? Anyway, let's see what we get here from Maxime. He's still in very, very good shape. Knight E3 is just winning. A5 might get murky because after takes there might be some rook E8 tricks, and if rook E2 comes in, there are problems. How many monitors? I have 2 monitors, 6 consoles, and everything else. I said Vichy, V-I-C-H-Y. That was the puppet government that was installed by the Germans during World War II, and unless I'm mistaken, right? Yeah, Vichy France. Yeah. That was a German. Yeah, that was the German government. Magus plays tomorrow. Yes. Is there a reason why they're always hosting these events from Norway? I believe the reason is because chess.com bought chess24 for $82 million. God only knows why they overpaid by probably like $80 million, but they did buy them for $82 million, and I believe that there was some contract that chess24 had with commentators for a couple of years to do the commentary from there, like the studio and everything. I think they signed like a 3-year deal, so that's why it's all in Norway. That's the reason. Get 93 here. Idea to play like rook b2, maybe a5 a6 knight c5. This should be very clean for Maxime. He should win this pretty cleanly. Just a5 a6 here. Just a5 a6 GG. Why not? They're worth more than 8 million. Maybe they're worth more than 8 million. They're not worth 80. They were not worth 82 million though. I will tell you that straight up. No way. Yeah. Get king e8, a6. Yeah. A6 is good. Knight b4 also looks very, very good. I mean, all roads lead to Rome here. Yeah, all roads lead to Rome. Yeah, knight b4 looks pretty good to hit the pawn on d5. Probably knight b4 here or knight c5. I don't know which square is best, but both squares look very good. Yeah, MVL's putting on a show. He's putting on a clinic here. Now you're going to lose the pawn on d5. What a clinic from MVL. It's really, really nice to see MVL playing well. It's really, really nice. I'm salty I couldn't cash in like Mags. Yeah, I'm super salty, you guys. Thank you. I'm so salty. No. But what I would tell you is I bet that now there's no chance in this current environment they would have gotten that price. No chance, because now it's a very different world than it was like a year and a half ago whenever the deal happened. Much different world economically speaking. Much different. Anyway, let's see what we get here from Maxime, or not Maxime, from Nepo. I think Nepo is just going to lose here. Yeah. I think Nepo is going to lose here. Magnus has a Tesla, except Magnus doesn't have a driver's license, so his dad basically drives his car. Also, Magnus is in Norway. You don't need to you don't need to drive in Norway, because in Norway they believe in this horrible thing called public transportation, whereas here in America, you know, you get in your car, you drive all over the place. We do it correctly here. So let's see what we get from Maxime here. Probably just takes, knight takes d5. I went to Norway and they drive. No, of course they do, but public transportation in Europe is is a real thing. In the US it's only a thing in probably New York, San Francisco, LA. Well, not LA, kind of quasi, but like pretty much a thing in like San Francisco, heart of Chicago, New York, and after that you're on your own pretty much. Yeah. Boston to some degree, yeah, you're right. Boston exists as well. It exists in like all the big cities to some degree. Portland, Portland-ish. What is my car? Oh, I drive a Honda Civic EXL. Okay, Nepo thingy for a long time here. So let's see what we get. What is the license plate number exactly? Yes. Yeah, good one. Yeah, 90% of new cars sold in 2022 in Norway were fully electric. Yeah. Apparently this is losing to rook d2. Oh, rook d2 just trapped, or you've got knight f5. Then you could take and fork the rooks. That's actually a beautiful idea. That's beautiful for MVLCs, but I think even just knight e6 is winning too. So, all right, Honda gang. I drive the 2012 Honda Accord EXL, so now you're even cooler. I mean, it's very simple. When my car has a problem, I just go take, you know, if you buy one of those German cars, like you literally have to go and like burn a hole in your pocket and waste thousands of dollars every single time when even the most minor thing goes wrong. And there's like no good reason to have to do that. Like if you have like a Honda or Toyota or like any Japanese car or any Korean car, whatever it might be, like you can literally go find that. You can find the local, you can find like the local guy who has like the car garage or like the small business where it's like we fix Japanese cars, or we fix like we fix these fix Japanese specifically, but it's like you see it, it's like you do Hondas, Toyotas, whatever, and it's like oh, okay, GG, good, nice. Sacks the rook, forks the king of the rook, good. Why not? Knight takes c6, knight d4, or knight b4. Knight b4 is easier. Doesn't matter. G4, knight f5, create the bastion on f5 and win the game. Nepo's gonna resign here, surely, right? Nepo's not resigning? What? Yeah, now he resigns. Okay, I was about to say, like, yeah, sooner or later he resign. Yeah. That was a little bit weird. He played on a bit longer than expected, but he does resign. Okay, let's get back to the other game. The big game in Division 2 that's going to decide a lot of stuff as well is between Artemiev and Fedoseev. Fedoseev is a black piece and draw odds, and Artemiev is down on the clock, it looks like. Yeah. See, okay. Ooh, I think Fedoseev is about to survive this. It looks like Fedoseev, even though he's down a pawn, it's opposite color bishops. He's got great squares on the diagonal, active rook, and a kebab incoming. I think Fedoseev is going to save this. He's also up 2 minutes with the black piece, which is epically big. Maybe bishop c5 here, rook e2. I mean, it's still going to go on, but I feel like Fedoseev has great chances. Yeah, and then he gets at least second place. Yeah, so this is a very big moment. We'll see if Artemiev's time really worries me here. Even though Artemiev's up a pawn, the time situation is a big issue, a very big issue in my opinion. And I don't think Artemiev is going to be able to win because Fedoseev is going to go rook a4, put the 2 pieces on the a file, and even though white has the extra pawn, just to illustrate it, something like this, how do you make any progress, bro? You get some position like this and I just start chilling all over the board, just waiting. Or even queen a5 or king g7. I don't know how you make progress here because everything is so solid for black. So I think that Fedoseev up on the clock, position is pretty stable here. I think there's a very high chance that Fedoseev survives this game. Very high chance. As long as Fedoseev doesn't get nervous, he's going to survive. The only way for Artemiev to win this, as I see it, is to get something like this, where you can somehow line it up and then start infiltrating with the rook. But even this is still not anything special after queen d4. So very hard, very hard to do anything. Fedoseev playing for Slovenia. He recently changed his federation to Slovenia. Yeah, I mean queen c5 is even good here, but I'd probably just go rook a4. Ah, no, he wants rook b2. That's what he wants. He wants to get rook b2. There's also h4 somewhere in there too. I mean, h4 is always lurking, but I don't know if Fedoseev wants to play it and open up the king side. He can do it obviously if he wants to, but okay, so he does do it. King g2. We'll probably get the trade, I'm guessing. Although black doesn't have to trade the pawns. Did Hikaru lose some waiters at the shirt? I've generally been in pretty good shape. Like I haven't like gained weight, or I really haven't gained weight or lost weight in quite a while. I've been pretty stable around the same weight for a long time now. Let's see what we get here from Fedoseev. Russia losing their players left and right, indeed. And the reason I don't like h4 here from Fedoseev is that if he trades down the road, white might be able to activate on the h file. It kind of scares me a little bit, because at some point there might be some rook h1, like just to illustrate it, something like this. Like somehow you get this and it starts getting kind of scary somehow, like something like this and this, and there's like queen c8, and somehow the open h file only benefits white. I like bishop e5 here, by the way. Bishop e5 is a very nice move because now you want to go rook b2 and trade off rooks. Like you get one step closer and not queen e3. This should be a draw after queen c3 with the opposite color bishops. Queen c5, logical. Just bishop d6, of course, or rook a4. I'd go bishop d6 here. We get bishop d6 as expected. Division 3 is Sam Sevian. I haven't been looking at Division 3 closely. I do play tennis. Yeah, I love tennis. Probably bishop e5 back. Artemiev is getting too low on time here, by the way. He's got 250 and counting. Artemiev is gonna have to pick up the speed very soon, because otherwise he's not gonna win on the board, and he's probably also gonna lose on time on the clock as well. This is pretty much the worst of all worlds for Artemiev here. He's got no time. He's got no time. He's in a must-win situation, and it's very hard to win the position even with the extra a pawn. Do I ever lose motivation to not play chess for months? I mean, I've gone months without playing chess or studying chess before. TikTok, come on, Artemiev. There's no increment, bro. Also, Fedoseev, a very seasoned online blitz player. I played Fedoseev a lot, so he's gonna have very good mouse skills here, and so I'm feeling that Fedo is gonna survive this position. I think Fedo is gonna survive. 2 minutes and counting. I mean, it's just getting too hard to play. Just like rook b2 maybe. I would go rook b. But there's queen c1 with a pin. There's a little bit of a wrinkle here. Goes back to d6. I like bishop d6 just like sort of being solid here. Yeah, it's just very hard to play for a win. Very, very hard. Okay, but now there's rook c2. There's rook c2 and rook c8 maybe. Nah, it's queen a1. Yeah, this is getting a little bit dangerous now. D5 is weak. Maybe queen d1 might be the only move. Wait, takes? No, takes and queen e5. Well, what is this? You just take and go queen e5. That's just a blunder. Yeah, you go queen e5 or bishop e5. That's just a blunder. Queen d4 also good. Queen b7 also more than good enough. Now there's rook b1, and of course it's a classic right triangle naturally. So no chance here, I think, for Artemiev to win. Rook b1, of course. Yeah, just rook b1. Easy. Yeah, this is like rook d1 maybe, and then queen a6. Queen b3 also good enough, by the way. Queen b3 isn't maybe not, because then the pawn gets to a6. I think here I would probably play queen b3 if I'm being honest. I would just go into this end game, put the rook on a3, and then go like king g7. And I don't really see how you can ever lose that end game. It's either rook e1 or queen b3. One of these two moves should be played here. There's bishop e5. So his idea, I guess, is to go bishop to e4 to cover the a7 square and create a wooden shield. Also good enough, by the way. With Artemiev's time situation, I don't see any way he's going to win this game. Yeah, I don't see any way Artemiev's going to win this. His time situation is so bad. 1 minute and ticking. No increment with the white pieces and a must win. I just don't see it happening. Rook a1 looks good enough here as well. Yeah, now you've got a great wooden shield. You've got a right triangle. You've got the infiltration on the back b file. Oh, rook f1, mate, queen h1. Okay, so very bad news for Maxime here, because now I think he's gonna have to win tomorrow, probably, assuming he doesn't win this game. But yeah, so Fedoseev wins that game, is guaranteed at least 30 points. So it's gonna be tricky. Anyway, I'm gonna use the restroom very quickly, and then we'll be back with game 2 of the match between Nepo and Maxime. So I'll be back in 1 second, you guys. Next team's gonna be starting pretty soon. I'll do some puzzles while we wait. Let me just, are they interviewing Maxime or not?
That's even more like that.
No, they're not interviewing Maxime live. It was like, for a second I thought they were interviewing Maxime. It's like, what's going on? But it's not a live interview. All right, let's do some puzzles while we wait. Pull this over here. All right, 1 second. Let me get this set up. Let me refresh the page. We'll do a quick puzzle rush before there we go. All right, let's go. Actually, let me do it. Let me reset it. I waste like 5 seconds. Let's redo it. Okay, here we go. Checkmate. Checkmate. That's mate. 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 That's mate. It's mate. Check and mate. There we go. There should be mate. Mate. Big takes. That's good. Should be checking mate. There we go. What is this? Queen e2? Takes. That's good. Mate. Mate. That's good. Good. This should be a force mate. Rook f3 is mate. Mate. That's good. Takes. That's good. Good. That's mate. That's very good. That's good. Check and takes and takes. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Ah. That's good. And just takes. Okay, that's good. Takes. That's good. Should be king h2, I think. Just. Oh, and it's not f4. He played rook g8. What am I doing? Oh, that's so stupid. What am I doing? Good. Okay, that should be. I'm just throwing this great puzzle rush away with the last few moves. It's not bishop g7. Good. Some weird puzzle like rook g8 now is a check and takes. It's good. No, it's not rook e6. That was so stupid by me. That was so stupid. That first one I got wrong. I should have gone slower. Players are back at their boards, by the way, so let me just get 3 wrong. Let's just okay, let's go back to the game. Here we go. Game 2 has started. Let me change the scene. There we go. All right, game 2 has begun. All right, so what do we have? We have a Rosalimo here from Maxime. Again, not a huge surprise since he played this against Magnus yesterday in their match. Not even 50. Well, last one, I mean, kind of just went sideways, but still, not a big deal. Not a big deal. All right, so here we go. Nepo looking away from the board. I think he was not expecting this opening. So Nepo thinking about which line to play here. Seems like everybody's playing the Rosalimo these days, though, to be fair. Everybody's playing this with white and black. What about a Puzzle Rush Survival for content? We could definitely do that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, all right. In the meantime, yeah, let's see what we get. We got this knight f8, knight e6 line. So again, very similar to the game between Fabiano and Dmitry Andreikin earlier, with like this knight d4 b6 stuff. Let's see what we get here. Puzzle Rush, battle against others, always possible. Yeah, I am going to play some chess. Yeah, I'm going to get back to the speed run. I think after this I'll probably also try to get my blitz rating up as well. I might do a viewer arena, and we also have Master Chef a little bit later on. So that's more or less the goal. Yeah, more or less the goal. I can't get over 30 in 3 minutes, too slow. I mean, it's not easy if you can't start off fast and you have to spend probably 10 seconds every puzzle. I mean, it's not easy. It's quite difficult. A4 is an unusual setup from Nepo. I mean, black either has to go for this idea with something like c5 and b6 to open up the scope for the 2 bishops, or you have to play f6, and so we get knight d4 played here. So we get knight bd2 being played. Again, I assume f6 or bishop e6. One of these 2 moves should be played here from Maxime. And just looking back at the other matches, all the other divisions are over, I think, right? Yeah, they're all done. Nepo gets up from the board yet again. Again. Yeah. So basically what has to happen here is I think that I think that basically in this it's sus lol. Yeah, it's very tricky. MBL is gonna need, I think MBL is gonna need to win this match and win tomorrow, I think, to qualify. So I think Fedoseev is very likely going to win Division 2. What a cheater. Yeah, what a cheater, right? Yeah. Getting up with no camera coverage is worse than having headphones. Obviously it is, but it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I'm gonna admit it's funny that Nepo goes on a big roll about online chess and he does this. I almost wonder if it's not on purpose, to be honest. I kind of feel like it might be on purpose. Fabiano lost to Kuzubov, so Fabiano has been eliminated from Division 2. That's why I think Fedoseev has great chance. He's gonna play either Kuzubov or Artemiev again. Post on Twitter. I'm not come on, seriously, I'm not that stupid. Let's see what we get. Okay, apparently Nepo is much better here in this position. I could adopt Fabiano. Yeah, we get A5 here. Apparently it's a little bit better. You're not allowed to get up, just to be clear. You're not allowed to get up from your board. Now, I mean, Nepo's done it a few times. I think once or twice I've done it because I had to use the restroom, but you're not supposed to. And actually, like, specifically in the last, like, probably 2 years, like, I've made it a point of not getting up. Even if I really need to use the restroom badly, I just don't get up. Because you're not supposed to. You're not allowed to, actually. I think according to the rules, you're not allowed to get up. But Nepo's done it on and off in many of these events, which, I mean, of course he's not cheating. We all know he's not cheating. But it's really like uncalled for that he's out there trying to insinuate certain things with tweets, when like he's literally breaking a whole set of rules himself. So yeah, let's see what we get here from Nepo. 94, maybe Knight G5, MLG Cup. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to get up. I'm almost certain you're not allowed to. Do you think he was skeptical of you? Again, you guys, everyone assumes I just make up stuff for clickbait, but I hear things from sources, and I don't make things up on stream. I don't make things up, so yeah. Okay, get rook a4 here. Interesting concept from Nepo to hit the knight on d4. So hits the knight on d4 here. b5, probably just rook a1. Let's see what we get here from MVL. Banger music, thank you so much. After his tweet, you never wore the headphones again. Did his tweet work? Well, the bottom line is that I mean, I probably shouldn't say this, but I'll say it anyway. Is that chess.com is seemingly overly sensitive to things that are being said by like Nepo or by Kramnik or others, in a way that they normally aren't. I think they become extremely sensitive to all of it, you know, especially in light of everything that happened last year. So that's my general takeaways. They become super sensitive to all this cheating stuff. They become very sensitive to it. Is my general overall take of what's going on. So let's see what we get here from MVL in this position. MVL's in a tough spot because he doesn't really want to trade the knights here, because then his pawns are a little bit weak and he doesn't really have any central play, and this bishop on g7 is blunted by the pawn on e5. Let's see what he does here. He's either gonna have to play knight f3 or he's gonna have to play b5. One of these two moves. No other choices. They see cheating as an existential threat to their business, and they're probably right. Maybe, yeah, who knows? Who knows? Anyway, waiting for a move here from Maxime. Let's see what we get. It's either b5 or knight f3. I don't really see any other moves because white's just going to trade and win a pawn here after takes. So you have to trade the knights or you have to go b5. No other options here. we get b5, we're gonna get rook a1, I assume, and now the pawn on c5 very weak here, which I assume means you have to go bishop d5. This hard to judge what's going on here after b4 because the pawn on d4 is so weak. I mean, I think this is okay for Maxime, but it's shaky. It's shaky, very shaky. Yeah, if you go like b4, there's knight e4 and suddenly your pawn's weak. Like that's why you don't ever want to move the pawn from b6. You don't want to move the pawn from b6. Let's see what Maxime plays. I'll refresh the board. I think there's a high chance that Nepo wins this game though. Who's had the better career, Nepo or MVL? Is that a joke? I mean, Nepo's qualified for the world championship match twice. Is that must be a troll. That's not even a question. That's a good troll. Good troll. That's a good yeah, so of course I'm talking about MVL, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, of course, Nepo's had one of the best careers for someone who's not been a world champion. Nepo or you? I mean, that depends what your metric is. If you're talking about pure chess, of course Nepo's had a better career than me by pure metrics. You know, all the things are so subjective though. It just depends what your criteria is for any number of things. Yeah, bishop d5. Yeah, this is what I expected. I thought takes and b4 was the danger. Trade and b4. There might be knight e4 as well. Again, very straightforward. If you were to take though and take, you lose the pawn on g2, and whether you probably end up losing. Well, computer thinks even this is okay for white. Wow. Knight f3 and white's still okay. Surprising, but I don't expect that. Let's see what Nepo chooses to play here, whether he goes like knight e4 or whether he goes for the line that I initially liked, which just takes and b4, which I think is also quite good for white. What happened to Ding? Ding has not been playing chess for a long time. He has not played a tournament since he hasn't played a tournament since the World Cup, I don't think. So anywho so all right, who's had a better career, Nepo or Ding? I mean, that's also very subjective. I would still argue that, I mean, Ding is technically the world champion, but he didn't beat the best player in the world and effectively for all purposes the true world champion. So I don't know, it's tricky to judge. Bishop a3 is not the move I expected, by the way. I guess the idea is to force b4 and go back. Knight e6 is a move, maybe just trade. Actually, knight e6 might be the only move because this does not look good. The pawns look very, very weak here, and there's no, actually c4 hangs the knight, and you don't really want, I think knight e6 is actually the only move. I don't even see another move that makes sense, although maybe he wants c4 here. Hard to judge. There might be knight e6, knight e4. Maybe that's his idea, to go after the pawn again, because c4 you take and suddenly black loses material. So maybe that's the other idea. Knight e6, knight e4 is probably what he's angling for. That would make a lot of sense, actually. Ding didn't even win a candidates, he got lucky. Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to judge. I would objectively, if I'm being truly fair, I would say that Nepo's career is better than Ding's career, because Nepo did not win the candidates. He did not play the best player in the world. He did not beat the best player in the world to become world champion. So objectively, I would probably say Nepo's had a better career. Yeah, I would say, I would objectively say Nepo's had a better career. I expect knight e4 here. I'd be very surprised if we don't see it. Black, by the way, does have a nice wooden shield here in the middle of the board, though, with the bishop on d5. So, all right. Yeah, knight e4 being played as expected. d4, bishop e4 only moves because c4, as I highlighted, just loses the game. And if those are the only options you have, I would assume that you're going to play b4 to keep the wooden shield. Also, the wooden shield now very stable. White can't kick it. So if you ever go c4, there's end peasant, so you can't ever dislodge this wooden shield. And I think actually, more I look at this, more I think Maxime is completely fine here. Yeah, I think Maxime is completely fine in this position. Also, because at some point there's gonna be some like f5 and then knight f4 and some kind of attack on the king side, I feel like, but maybe I'm wrong. Is Nihal better than Alireza and Blitz? No, not even close. No. Very, very poor question to ask. Yeah, I think this is actually quite dangerous. I think after takes black is just clearly better after rook e8 here, because now black's got this wooden shield. You've got the bishops too, like bishop h6. Like bishops look good. You got knight f4. This looks horrible for white, actually, the more I look at it. And if you go back, there might be g5. Black starts pushing the p on the king side, and this wooden shield is crushing. I think this is very dangerous for Nepo, actually. The more I'm looking at it, I think it's extremely dangerous. Even knight g5, black can take and go e6, because you can't go c4 because of end peasant. So I think actually, as I look at this position, I think MVL is on his way to the finals. Yeah, I think MVL is on his way to the finals. Nepo is not playing well. Nepo is not playing well in this match, I feel like. So he takes. We're gonna e takes f6. I'm really loving it for Maxime here. MVL is playing pretty well. To be fair, MVL is playing well. He's been pretty good. I mean, honestly, he's been so bad for so long that it's nice to see him doing well. Legitimately, he's been pretty terrible for a long time now. So it's good to see him playing well, because obviously he is a very strong player. Clip it? Clip what? Well, what I mean by terrible is I'm just saying, considering that Maxime was a perennial top 5-ish player for, I mean, it's very similar to me. I mean, Maxime was a perennial top 5 player for, I want to say, like 7-8 years, whatever it was. Like, I don't know exactly what the length is, but he was a top 5 player for a very, very long time. And suddenly, ever since the pandemic began, like, his rating has just gone off the cliff. He's gone from like 2770, 2780-ish down to like 2736, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I'll take a look, but his rating's just gone off the cliff completely. Where is he even? Yeah, oh, his rating is 2727. Wow, I didn't realize Maxime's rating was that low. Jeez. Nepo gone from the board yet again. Wow, Maxime's rating is so low. I didn't realize it had gotten that low. That's insane, actually. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, 2727 is just absolutely insane. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, so that's the point. His rating has basically gone 50 points. He's lost 50 points pretty much since the pandemic. And I mean, at any level, that's a lot of points to lose. Apparently Queen E3 is a good move here, but who's the best in French? I mean, obviously Alireza by rating is the top player. MVL lost his job to an immigrant, Kappa. Okay, dude. Okay, Queen E3 is a good move here, but a very hard move, I think, for a human to play, because you're just walking into all sorts of threats on the E file. Go. I love MVL's position though, because he's just going to F5 next when there's all kinds of pressure on the diags. Queen E3 might be the only move here, actually. Like, this literally might be the only move that's playable here. Like, Queen E3, I guess F5 just takes. Yeah, I think Queen E3 literally might be the only move. It might be the only move to not just be losing here. Let me add another line. Let me see what it says. Analysis. Let's add some more lines. C4, I guess it's still okay with rook d1, but still, yeah, self-pinning was the best move. Very, very difficult move to play. Doesn't MBL have like the third highest peak rating? No, his peak rating was like 2820-ish, I think. I don't know what the all-time is, but he's like the 7th or 8th, I think. I'm assuming he's got the 9th highest, 2819. Yeah, he and I basically are tied. His peak is 2819.3, mine is 2819. So he has a peak that's 0.3 higher. But everyone's really pretty bunched up in those ranges. I mean, Levon has the 4th at 2835, and Ding has 2816.9, etc. So pretty bunched up. But everyone's peak occurred during a specific time as well. It should not be allowed leaving the room in an internet game. Of course it shouldn't be allowed, but I'm not petty enough to like go and tweet about it, unlike Nepo. That's the difference. Oh, the camera's freeze. Let me refresh. Wait, what just happened? Oh, chess.com effed. Oh, I'm seeing F on chess.com. Oh no. Chess.com, I'm seeing F. Chess.com crashed. Chess.com just crashed. Oh man. Oh no. Yeah. That's bad. Very bad. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's watch the game anyway. See what happens. Maybe bishop takes g7. Billion-dollar company, boys. Billion-dollar company, and the broadcast goes down. Bring back chess 24. Exactly, you guys. Exactly. Yes. Magnus plays tomorrow, so I'll wait and see if they ever come back. It doesn't look like they're coming back anytime soon, so I think we're probably gonna have the exclusive coverage for the next 20 minutes or so, assuming this keeps going. So all right, let's take a look at the game. We're waiting for a move from Nepo. Probably bishop takes g7 will be played here, I think, and then maybe knight d6. So probably bishop g7, queen g7, and maybe knight d6 or something. Do I see any new rising stars? The only stars that I see are Indians, specifically Gukesh and Prague, by far and away. The spam, the kick channel, the official. Yeah, that's so bad. They're just offline. They're just completely offline. So bad, just so bad. Apparently computer wants knight g5. I still think it's very hard to play though. Oh, it's still working on YouTube. Okay, fair enough. If we get knight g5, I mean, if I'm MVL, I'm just trading honestly, because I feel like in this endgame, I mean, with this pawn structure, you should never lose this position. Again, it's more important to get the desired result, which is not to lose, than it is to try and win the game. So it's what I expect, and MVL does trade. Yeah, I mean, I can probably go, what's it, YouTube chess.com. Let me see, pull it up. Let's see.
Important role, and okay,
maybe I can do it this way. Yeah, where is it? It's this one, I guess. It's working. Okay, there we go. I guess it's working this way, kind of. Let me see, maybe it's working. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, this should be pretty good. All right, there we go. All right, so we'll keep it on. Let me make sure the quality is good. Quality 1080. There we go. All right, so we should still be going. All right. It's a must-win game for Nepo. Yeah, he has to win this game. If he doesn't win this game, he is eliminated from the event altogether. So it's a very big moment here. Big moment. So, all right, let's see. We got h6 knight f3. I would probably trade here, honestly. Just trade and go like g5 g4. Try to just make the draw here, but we'll see. So all right, anyway, what tennis racket strengths and tension do you play with? I just go get my rackets strung nearby. I mean, I have about 5 or 6 that I play with. Okay, so let's see what we get here from Maxime. He's still thinking here, actually. He's using a lot of time. I don't think Twitch has come back up, have they? I mean, I'm not watching, but let me see. Have they actually come back up? Oh no, they are back, I guess. They're back, but they lost all their viewers, so we'll just leave it on YouTube. Okay. Anyway, did I pay the kid $500? I did. So yeah, we get takes in G5. This is what I would have played a long time ago. Nepo doesn't look very happy here. Nepo really does not look happy. Definitely not happy. I guess I'll pull this out, put this up here. Wait, there we go. That should be correct, right? Let me refresh this. Now it should look fine, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Okay, there we go. You get rookie 3 here, which is still a good move. Actually, I thought this was going to be an easy draw, but now I'm not so sure it's going to be an easy draw, because suddenly if you go G4, there might be takes in like rook G3, and white's actually somehow back in the game. And in the end game, black's double pawns are actually a big problem, I think, here. So this might not be an easy draw. Like, I thought this was going to be an easy draw, and now I'm starting to think it's not going to be an easy draw. I was pretty sure this would be an easy draw. Now I'm not so sure anymore, because this rookie 1, these end games are always going to be very problematic with these double pawns on C6 and C5 here. Yeah, queen D4, rookie 1, and king F7. I mean, maybe that's okay, but even queen E2. I mean, I guess this is okay, but it's easy to see with a computer. For a human, I'm not so sure it's an easy approach. And even this endgame, I'm not 100% sure about either. Like, if you get this one, is this actually a draw? Like, takes and F4. I mean, I guess this is okay, but I mean, you have to calculate these very long endgames, and it's not easy. Goes G4, and I think this is a mistake. Now after FG4. Here, H5, rookie 1, not queen 1, rookie 1. I mean, this is starting to get very scary suddenly. Computer actually thinks it's losing, which is shocking. And Maxime is down 2 minutes. I think after takes, rook G3, H5, rookie 1, black is in some serious trouble. Serious trouble here, serious trouble. Wow, Nepo plays king H1 instantly. Does not use his time, and he moves too fast. Nepo, it's so frustrating to watch Nepo play sometimes. The way that he just makes moves instantly without thinking is so frustrating sometimes. What the heck? He's up away from the board again? What? No, I mean, this is insane. I mean, this is his 3rd time this game alone. Like, at a very critical moment, he gets up from the board. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you guys want me to say. I find it like it's really, what's it, calling the kettle black or something like that, right? Yeah, it's like calling the kettle black or something that he's complaining about headphones when he's been up from the board like 3 times. No, he's obviously not cheating, but that's sort of beside the point. It's just like, if you're gonna have the nerve to try and say people aren't following certain rules, then you should be following the rules, and not even just following, but blatantly abusing the rules, I would say, which is exactly what he's doing. No, I mean, he's blatantly abusing the rules. It's not even like kind of kind of abusing the rules. He's just blatantly abusing them. Getting up once, like, sure, I get that. You need to use suppression one time during the game. I mean, I get that completely. But like getting up 3 times during the game, I mean, that's very questionable. Couldn't he get disqualified? Technically, yes, but that would never happen. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, the problem is, though, with the whole situation is that you don't know. Like, if someone's getting up from the board this many times, you don't know. That's ultimately the problem. Let's see what he plays here. I think he's completely thrown it away, though, nonetheless. He's been moving too quickly. Like, rook de1 was I think, very, very careless. There is queen h4 here, actually. Queen h4 is apparently not a good move. I mean, this looks very bad for black with these double pawns. Like, they're very, very weak in this endgame. Apparently, this is still okay with c4. But it's very hard to play this. Very, very hard to play this. Also, Maxime very low on time, which is a big problem here. I still think Maxime has good drawing chances as long as he trades the queens, but with 40 seconds going to that end game and trying to calculate is going to be very, very tough. 36 and counting. Yeah, now king g1 only move, of course. King g1, an only move, by the way. Nepo didn't see queen h4, but the irony is queen h4 is just a blunder because of king g1. Nepo missed. Wait a second, what's going on here? So check, rook g7, check, king g8. How do you win this, by the way? This is very tricky. This should be winning for white, but it's not obvious. Apparently f4 is a winning move here, by the way, which is very, very hard move to play. This is actually winning, but I think it's forced, right? This is all forced. Yeah, f4 is the only winning move here. I don't know if he's gonna find f4. I don't actually. I guess what f4 does is it stops black from taking 2 pawns. That's what it does. Maybe king g1 is king g1. Yeah, king g1's insane because now there's, yeah, f4 is a very hard move to play here, but it is winning. It basically just stops g takes f3. That's what it does, because the checks don't work, but time's getting low. Yeah, if he finds f4, I'll be really impressed considering the time situation. Okay, so he checks. Yeah, king g8 I think is still fine because rook e8 there's still king h7. Okay, but now he goes king g7, which is actually the best move, by the way. Queen f2 is a draw, but queen f2 is a very hard move to play here. He's got 20 seconds. He can maybe play it. If he finds it, he draws. If he doesn't find it, he loses. I think it's very, either you believe it's a draw or you think you're getting mated. He finds it. Wow. I'm impressed. I'm impressed by Maxime. I'm really impressed that he trusted that this works. So impressive. Yeah. But wait, check. Oh yeah, it's losing because the king gets out. Yeah, he just ziggy zaggy. Oh man, so good, so good. So good from MVL. I'm so happy for him, actually. I'm really happy for MVL. Yeah, because I mean, on first glance, it looks losing. Like, I mean, but on Rook D8, you just go King C7. No, this is impressive. I'm very happy for MVL. He was very lucky in this game, but that doesn't matter. Yeah. MVL is not in the top 8. Not yet. If Fedosave wins tomorrow, Maxime has to win the final, or else he doesn't make it. Nepo deserves this. On the one hand, I kind of agree. Now King E5 is very easy, because any other square you just get mated. So, yeah. Yeah, just takes, and King G3. Just walk the king over. Oh, but there is Rook E3, but then there's G3 at the end. Check. Oh, you even have F4. Nice. F4. F4. Yay. Let's go. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Yeah, F4 was a very hard move to find with no time. I mean, I don't expect anyone to find F4. I don't even think Magus would have found F4. Like, F4 is such a hard move to play here that it's just, yeah, I wouldn't expect anybody to find it. But anyway, Maxime does win, and he moves to the grand final. So Nepo is eliminated. This means Nepo will not qualify for the grand final in Toronto either.